Now we've already spoken about animal abuse. It's really, really important. You see somebody, even at your home, you see a kid who's not treating an animal right. Honestly, you need to keep a check on that. And I firmly, firmly believe that we need to have a list of people who are killing dogs, who are killing cats, dogs, birds, donkeys, whoever. About 7 years ago, there was this case in Gulberg in which there was a dog who was howling in pain, and this girl called me that, hey, I've been feeding this dog for the last 1 year and he's been roaming around and now he's outside, he's howling in pain. I don't know what's wrong with him. Can you guys come and pick him up and take him? And we were like, okay. So we thought, maybe he's eating something poisonous. We had no idea. And when one of the rescuers, he picked him up, he felt his hands burning. We thought, hey, that's really odd. But we still didn't know what exactly is happening. So we picked him up, we took him straight to the vet, and when they opened his mouth, his insides had half melted because somebody had taken acid and they had poured it down his throat. Again, these are people who are roaming in this society with us. So somebody who can do that to an animal, what do you think he's going to go to next? It's something that we need to keep a check on. It's something that we do need to voice on because it impacts us. It impacts our kids. We need to teach them kindness. We need to teach them compassion. Because I think, you grow up to be a better human being. You end up not just treating animals, you treat animals kindly, you treat humans kindly as well. Being ignorant about it or being saying, ye hamara masla nahi hai, that doesn't solve it. Unless a society has empathy, unless a society has compassion, I don't think a society can progress without it. Unless we start saying कि नहीं ये हमारा मसला है, we do need to solve these problems, we need to own these animals because they belong in our country, we will not progress. We will always have some sort of issue or the other. Now, Nabeeha, if you could please take it forward. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Assalamualaikum, everyone. I just want to quickly take 1 minute to thank all of you for making an effort to come over here. That means a part of you cares. And if a part of you cares, that means we have hope. I mean, this organization was started with people, for animals, but it has gone to change lives of both people and animals. We believe in community effort a lot. So even when we're talking about these sessions, talking to people like you, talking to students, we really believe in the power of these sessions. Because when you're looking at these things from afar, they don't make that much sense, right? Okay, you would even a lot of things, a lot of cases that Kiran mentioned to you guys a while ago, you probably couldn't have imagined that things can be like that, that animal abuse itna zyada ho bhi sakta hai. I'm going to take you through happier things for now because I think हमने थोड़ा सा abuse थोड़ा ज़्यादा देख लिया. But I just want to highlight the fact that it's important for us to acknowledge that these things happen. It's important for us to acknowledge that there is animal abuse, there is hatred towards animals in our society. Street dogs are looked down upon. So many people in our surroundings, I'm pretty sure a lot of you in this room may also not like dogs, which is fine. You don't have to like dogs, right? ज़रूरी नहीं है हर किसी को पसंद हो एक कुत्ता जो you're just passing by. For whatever reasons, you can be scared of a dog, you can just not like him for various reasons. But the only thing that we say is, if you don't like dogs, just ignore them. How hard is that, right? Ignore karo. Simple as that. But the problem with us is, because we are humans, we think of us as a superior being. We feel it important कि हम उसको harm या नुकसान पहुंचाएं. हमें तब तक सुकून नहीं मिलता जब तक हम अपनी power दिखाएं ना. Which is the sad reality of the way things are. But I'm sure with awareness, by acknowledging these things, we can move towards the right direction. Kiran, can you take us forward? Okay, so I'm going to run you through the story of Kara. So ये जो animal rescue है, जो किस तरह काम करता है, it seems it's going to make sense. Can you guys see? She was paralyzed. She was run over by a rickshaw. When she arrived, so I don't, maybe you guys don't understand how a shelter works. It's like a facility where we take in injured animals. We operate like a hospital. We take them in, we provide them with treatment, we help them in their, recovery phase. But a street dog, when you move it to a facility like ours, and you confine it to a cage or a kennel, it's going to be terrified. That street dog has never known kindness in its entire life. जब भी उसने इंसान को देखा है, इंसान ने उसको मारा है. इंसान ने उसको कभी प्यार से ट्रीट नहीं किया. That animal, once we have these animals move to our shelter, they are scared of us. We're giving them food, we're providing them with treatment, we're trying our best to gain their trust. But they're scared because of all they've endured throughout their life. So this was her case as well. आई थी, डरी हुई थी फुल, बाहर नहीं आती थी. And I started going up to her, I started interacting with her, telling her कि you're safe, it's okay. ठीक है, you're scared, you've seen the worst, but you're safe now. And with time, with treatment, she came around, and as you guys saw, she was back up and running. So that's what, a little bit, what did we do? We just provided a little bit of care, right? हमने कुछ extra rocket science इसमें नहीं की थी. उसको attention दी थी, उसको safe feel करवाया था, उसको जगह दी थी recover करने के लिए, उसको important feel करवाया था. All these little things ended up playing this role in her recovery. And she's a transformed dog. I think ये चीज़ लोगों के लिए हमारा काम अंडरस्टैंड करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है कि हम ये क्यों करते हैं. हम ये इसलिए करते हैं. When we go back, when we see their smiles, when we see them running again, it's what makes that difference. If for that one smile, we would bear all those heartbreaks. We see a lot of death. In the kind of work that we do, we see a lot of animal deaths because severe cases होते हैं, नहीं recover कर सकते. But when we look at these things, it makes it all worth it. It makes sense to people like you guys. I think थोड़ा सा idea हुआ होगा कि what kind of work that we do and what's the level of that, and it starts making sense. And इस तरह empathy instill होती है in all of us as well. I'm going to run you through a few more cases. Same video. So that's Osha. Again, a case of animal abuse. She was hit in the face which is suspected to be an axe. She had this deep wound, and when we got her, she was not responding. उसको काफ़ी ट्रीटमेंट करवाई, काफ़ी वेट्स के पास लेके गए, बट नहीं रिस्पॉन्ड करी थी. But then, with a lot of attention, a lot of care, she started coming around, and that's her smiling. She traveled all the way to UK and found the best home over there. Spoiled, living indoors, like anything. That's the kind of respect that we hope कि हमारी society में आ सके when we talk about animals. कि ठीक है, ज़रूरी नहीं है आप उनको इतना उस level पे रखो, but you can give them that amount of, respect. Kiran, can you take Aurora? Do you guys know about dog culling? Are you guys familiar with the term dog culling? So dog culling is this term where dogs are shot down in large numbers. This is done to reduce their population, but this method is really inhumane and it does not actually work. Another thing that works is TNVR. I'll talk about it briefly in a bit. But she was brought to our shelter. We saw her, we said she's not going to make it. उसका पूरा shoulder blade यहाँ से blown off था. She was gasping for breath. She had lost a lot of blood, so she was anemic. Respiratory distress में चली गई हुई थी. Her heartbeat was irregular. All these signs were saying that the animal is giving up. So we were not hopeful. But it's funny because she came from that horrible condition. Treatment को लेकिन उसने respond किया, and the second day she was wagging her tail at us. She was wagging her tail at us, and we thought, okay, you should be hating us right now because this was done to you by humans. Why are you trusting us so quickly? Like, we were mad at that point, But she was such a sweetheart, and you know, we also got let go of that anger eventually, and she recovered completely. Mashallah, mashallah. She also, we recently sent her to UK. Why you might be thinking, why do we like sending our dogs to UK? यहाँ पे adoption rate बहुत low है, unfortunately. People don't adopt. And the kind of respect that we think these animals deserve, we partner with organizations that are willing to cover their costs and bring them abroad. So Aurora was one of the lucky ones after enduring all of that. She just traveled last month to find herself a family over there. This is Rizu, another dog culling case. He was shot in the arm. इतना बड़ा hole था उसके arm में, which meant that arm was as good as nothing. So we had to amputate his leg, and he became a 3-legged dog after that. But the good thing over here is he didn't go to UK. He got adopted over here. And he's living indoors and living that life of luxury that I think maybe we might be a bit biased, but we think all animals deserve that kind of life. So he's living that life. That's Lana. She fell from a 3-story building and fractured her back legs in the process. She wasn't using them initially. हमने pins install की थी इसकी टांगों में, rods होती हैं to straighten them up and to help in bone healing. And in the third picture, you can see that she's standing. Again, this is the kind